Yeah.
Moving right along. Stephen Curry, the greatest three-point shooter I've seen in my life, shattered Ray Allen's record, I believe, Monday or Tuesday night with 500 less games. Considering Steph's age and volume shooting, do you think his three-point record, which he could add 1,000 to 1,500 more threes to these previous record, do you think this record will be touched? Because I don't think it will.
Um, I'm gonna say probably not. I'm not gonna
Okay.
say for sure no because you just never know.
Hmm.
But I'm gonna say probably not. I'll I'll say this: he broke it in 500 games earlier.
Yeah, 500 less
Is that
games.
what you said? Okay.
Yes.
The league is lucky he didn't stay healthy when he was younger, or he
Mm-hmm.
would have done it way sooner. So I really don't know if someone's ever gonna break that record. He's also gonna, without a doubt, go down as the greatest shooter of all time, and I don't think that's in question. He, you know, he's special. He's a special player. He's led his team to championships. He's done literally everything you can do. Unanimous, first time unanimous MVP ever. Likable guy. Like, there's nothing bad to say about him. His work ethic and his product, his end product you know, shows what he's truly capable of. And he's got so much time left, and the way he plays the game, his record is going to be outrageous, just outrageous. So, I don't know if anybody's ever going to break it. I won't say for sure no, but he's a generationally great player, and I'm excited that we got to witness all that like firsthand because it's
I got
impressive.
I got a bit of breaking news. One day we're going to start doing this live because it would be more impactful if we were live. Trey Young has just entered COVID protocols now as well, so there's another team that's going to be impacted for a couple of games with their number one guy being out. Uh, you hit the nail on the head. Speaking of Steph's previous ankle injuries and things of that nature, because he probably would have did this, let's say, in 800 less games. I'm just throwing a number out there. Had
He
it
missed
not
a
been
what,
for that,
like legit 2 or 3 seasons early on. I think
yeah,
it's at least
yeah,
two.
I think it's like two and a half ish seasons,
Yeah.
worth of games that he's missed. Um, and this record doesn't even include the threes that he's made in the playoffs, by the way. So that's another thing altogether. So, um, as far as impact, and me and Gerald kind of talked about this the other night. As far as impact, I made the argument that Steph Curry has impacted the game more than the game's greatest player right now, LeBron James. Would you say that statement is true, or would you say that statement is false?
True. He changed the whole flow and the way teams were built.
Hmm. He right there alone puts him in a category, let's say, of even like the Allen Iversons of the league. Was he the greatest player? No. Impact wise, culture wise, he was one of the most greatest players in the NBA. Steph is in that category now by virtue of the 3-point shot and how it has revolutionized the game at this point. Um, it is simply amazing. It's beautiful to watch. So it's good
Could
that
you
he's.
make an argument that he was, let's just go outrageous and say maybe as impactful as Shaq? Because look at how they had to kind of like you've said change the rules
Mhm.
and change how I guess teams played because of how dominant Shaq was. Look at what we're looking at just this season, the rule change on shooting,
Mhm.
because we've seen a decade almost of Stephen Curry and the change that he's had on the league and everyone basically copying that. It became a shooters league, and now we're having a rule change to affect, how I guess easily players can get to the line or create space and use that space to get fouls and stuff. But still, it's affecting shooters the most. But yet, the guy who the rule has basically been changed for, or in terms of like how he impacted it, it's changed. He hasn't affected by it at all. He's still having an amazing year,
Right.
and it's just I don't even know what to make of it. But I would make the argument that like he changed the league as much as some of the most impactful players of all time, like Jordan and Shaq, just because everybody started playing this way. Everybody started copying Golden State, and the reason they copied Golden State is because Steph Curry started a team chemistry thing that Klay Thompson ate off of, and that team dominated. That's all we saw was domination, and the way they were doing it was efficient offense and great shooting.
Hmm.
And that started with Stephen Curry being the greatest shooter probably of all time.
Yeah, yeah. It is. It's impressive to see. And here's the thing: the NBA made rule changes even back in the early 2000s to speed up the game because we were having like 74, 75 final scores back in that day. So they made rule changes, eliminated hand checking, put in 3-second rules, the things of that nature to open up the game to make it more likable or watchable on television, right? They wanted more scoring.
Mm-hmm.
The shooters we have now are a byproduct of that. And I'm not talking about the
Yeah,
guys who fish for fouls. I'm just talking about the pure shooters. So what we have now
yeah.
is a byproduct of those rule changes then when they wanted the game to be more exciting. That worked. So the rule change now to stop the guys from fishing for fouls helps a little, but the floodgates has been open, and I think the game has been changed forever at this time because I can't see them doing anything else that can slow down a shooter like Steph Curry. I just can't see it. James Harden is high up on the 3-point list as well, but his percentage is nowhere near that of Stephen Curry's percentage. So
Mm-hmm.
um, this will not be broken for a very long time. It took Ray Allen's record 10 years to be broken. This record might not be broken for 30, 40, 50 years. Like this might be some of Wilt Chamberlain's scoring records. Like it might not happen
Right.
if he stays healthy. But yeah, Steph Curry deserves all the flowers he gets. And he's only one championship behind LeBron James. And I think Stephen Curry scares the hell out of LeBron James as far as from a legacy standpoint. I think he scares him a little bit. So
Mm-hmm.